Take Paws has been made possible by support from the following Community Foundation of Broward funds. And by Broward County Animal Care and Adoption, where you can adopt a new best friend for life. If you're like me, you get a kick out of looking at those funny pictures of pets posted or reposted by friends online. You may not want to admit it, but come on, we all know the truth. We love looking at those great pet pics. They make us smile. And if you think those photos are good, you should see what a professional photographer can do. Now, not all photographers are willing to work with pets, but the ones who are can get results that you'd be hard-pressed to capture with a regular over-the-counter camera or even the camera on your phone. Seeing is believing.
More and more people today are treating pets like family, thankfully. And because they are family, we want to be able to represent them the same way that we would represent our human family members. And so choosing a pet photographer and someone who specializes in photographing pets, bringing out the best in who they are, and showcasing that for you to be able to decorate your home with, or even just have images for you to look at, is important. And you know, it's a skill and a talent that, you know, I think more and more people want to bring into their homes and into their lives. There are lots of different challenges associated with pet photography. Obviously, many pets are not well trained, and so getting them to sit or stay for the camera is a challenge in itself. But even dogs who are very well trained, sometimes if they're doing their sits and their stays, they don't look really animated or excited about the process, and they look kind of bored. So getting that balance from them, being able to get clean expressions from them, get genuine expressions from them. One of my own dogs will give you an eye roll looking expression every time you put her in front of the camera, and it's kind of just, you know, trying to get through that and get an expression on your pet that is really going to be something that reminds you of who they are. I think the most common mistakes that people make when they're trying to photograph their own pets are A, not filling the frame so that the subject is way too small and pretty much lost in the frame itself, and then not paying attention to where their lighting is coming from. They don't think about what direction it's coming from, whether or not the light is really flattering or even enhancing what they're shooting, so that it ends up being a really dark image. The other thing is, I think they're not patient enough to wait for focus. And so you end up with very, very blurry images, or if the dog is not lit properly, then it's not focusing because the camera's having a hard time finding the subject. I use several different types of setups depending on the location. So I often will do some studio in a home studio type thing with a backdrop, and I like to shoot dogs in their own homes often, whenever possible. Not every client's home is suitable for being photographed, but if I can, I like to shoot dogs in their homes because they're most comfortable in that environment, and that is where you're going to get them looking like who they are. And then I like to also shoot dogs outdoors. You get a very whimsical and a different look from them when they're outdoors enjoying, you know, the sunshine and the world around them. The equipment that I use when I'm photographing pets is, I use a high-end DSLR camera, full frame, as opposed to a crop sensor, which won't make sense to a lot of people, but it makes a big difference when it comes to quality of your images. The quality of your lenses also plays a huge difference in what you're photographing, so that obviously helps. I use off-camera lighting, studio flash when I can, strobes, but often when I'm shooting on location or in clients' homes, I just use an off-camera flash on a tripod using either softboxes or umbrellas. And that's that's really it. That's pretty much all I use. I offer several different product options for clients once I shoot their pets or their families. First, I offer what I call a folio box, which is a collection of images so that they can get the most out of their shoot and have as many images as they want from that. And those are basically 5x7 images and an 8x10 mat in a beautiful box for them to have at home so that they can keep those and look through them whenever they want to. The other things we offer are canvas wall art, so I use that's one other option. I also offer what I call a triptych, which is a framed, 3 images in a frame. There's also what I call accordion albums, which are small, like brag books. They come in sets of 3, and you can use them for having your own images to carry with you, show them to family and friends, and have them in your purse or in your pocket. And they're great for sharing with grandparents and aunts and uncles and things like that too. I love to photograph pets because I think it's amazing to capture the souls behind those little bodies and those little faces, and I think that's absolutely phenomenal. I am a professional trainer, so I work with a lot of dogs. Obviously I came to pet photography through photographing my own pets, and I love to see images of them on walls and celebrating our pets as family and not just as animals that happen to share space with us. So if you're interested in having beautiful images of your pets, I highly recommend you go out and seek out a professional photographer who specializes in pet photography. Not every photographer does, not every photographer has the patience to work with pets. So make sure you find one who does, and then take the opportunity to really enjoy having images of those pets for the rest of your lives, because your lives are definitely longer than theirs.
If you'd like to help support Take Paws through sponsorship or by making a donation, call 754-321-1000 or go to BECON-TV.